Ok, perfetto.
A che ora vuoi andare?
No, quando volete voi.
Ok, io andrei subito. Right? We get to the house and then we leave, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
Ok, sì.
But
Quindi,
it's gonna be 40 minutes before we get...
ok, quindi arriviamo a casa in 45 minuti.
E allora quando esci di casa mi chiami?
Ok. Ok, comunque
Okay,
fra un 45 minuti.
Okay.
Ok, ciao ciao.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Press the button.
My name is Emma Engler.
Who am I?
I'm Miriam.
My name is Elisabetta Engler.
I'm Gary Engler.
I am the daughter of Gary and Betty Engler.
I'm the father of 2 girls and the husband of 1 wife.
This is my family. This is my family too. And this is my family as well. Different people in every picture. There's not a whole lot of overlap. My mom, Betty, and dad, Gary, are in almost every picture. My sister Emma is in most of them as well. Pictures of the 2 of us follow us around the world. This is my aunt Miriam. She's in almost every picture as well. These are my cousins on my dad's side. And these are my cousins as well on my mom's side. They'll never meet. They've never been in the same picture.
Where am I from? I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm originally from Italy.
I'm from Italy.
My mom was born in 1961 in Tripoli, Libya, an Italian colony at the time. When she was 5, she, her mother, father, and 2 brothers were forced to leave their home and settled in Rome, Italy, where she lived until she was 18 and moved to Jerusalem, Israel for university. When she was 21, her boyfriend at the time had been accepted to graduate school at UCLA, and so in 1984, my mother moved to Los Angeles, California. My aunt, Miriam, was born in 1967 in Rome. In the early 1990s, she came to visit my mom in Los Angeles. She met a man who asked her to marry him. After 3 years of deliberating, she made the move to Los Angeles in 1994. Both my mom and my aunt have lived in Los Angeles ever since.
Pizza.
Going with friends.
My friends. My group of friends.
There was a lot of anti-Semitism.
I had a difficult father, and so I wanted to get away from the home environment.
I felt that because I was going to, obviously it's a very Catholic country, and in many ways I found that it was a lot of people were very ignorant about.
It's possible that my father was particularly tough on me.
You know, my last name was not an Italian last name, so there were always questions. I always felt like I was a little different, and they were not understanding or accepting completely who I was.
Maybe the first daughter, my older brother is a brother, so he had a little more freedom. I was the first daughter, so I had less freedom. Miriam was the second daughter, so she had more freedom because, you know, he at that point, after, you know, with the 4th child, maybe he had loosened up a little. So he was very restrictive. So he was restricting my freedom too much, and he wanted to decide everything for me. And he had decided that I wasn't going to go to university after high school, that I was going to go and get a job, and I enjoyed going to school, I enjoyed learning, I wanted to go to the university.
Jumping our scooters and going, having fun, you know, around the city.
Going to the beach. And pizza. It was more a result of necessity, and just figuring out how do I get out of this situation and what my options are.
You know, she had a very controlling father and a weak mother who could not have any input with her father.
Mm-hmm.
And her father was very controlling.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way she could see to get away was to go to Israel, which she determined was something he could not say no to, being Jewish.
I was determined to go because I had actually planned everything without their involvement, and I notified them only after I had all my acceptance and visa and all in place.
Were you worried that they would try to stop you if you told them before?
Yes, because if they told me before and if they said no, then I would have gone against, I couldn't have gone, you know, proceeded against their will. And so I decided that if, because I knew the answer was going to be no, wait, let's see, whatever. And so I thought I'll just go ahead and then tell them after I have everything.
I think culturally, she couldn't just move out of the house somewhere and live in a, you know, get an apartment of her own, get a job in Rome. You know, she was 18. It just didn't. It doesn't seem like something she could just do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she wanted to go to college. You know, she needed to have some money. Israel provided money. You know, living accommodations, a full scholarship for her.
Mm-hmm.
Her father gave her $500. I think that's what she had to live on for the year. You know, so she got a job. You know, worked while she was going to school.
My mother was very sad that I was leaving, but she understood and she supported it. My father was upset at first, and then he accepted it.
So she was one of probably the only one that I knew in our community that laughed. She was very, very brave.
I don't remember what I was thinking. I was just living the moment. I wasn't really, I mean, I achieved my objective, and so I was just there for that time, and not until later I thought of what's next.
Why she moved to America? She came with her ex-husband.
I had two options at that point: to stay in Israel or follow him here, and so I decided to follow him here.
On my first visit, when I was 23 years old, I met this guy, and he asked me to marry him and to move to LA. So it took me like 3 years because, of course, you know, I have a family in Rome, and it was like the idea of leaving them. It was really, it was very difficult.
You know, at that point I had, realized that I didn't feel that particular attachment to Israel. I was not committed to a life in Israel, and the option of moving to another country and exploring another country was appealing, and so I just decided that was my next page.
No, I never thought it was a crazy idea. It was just like, in the beginning I was trying to avoid the fact, because it was like hard to leave the family. And it was something so new to me. It's like I never really imagined to leave home.
My mother was probably sad because it was even further than Israel. But you know, she was always happy with whatever made me happy.
My mom said, if you're happy, I'm happy.
beautiful place, land of opportunity, exciting. You know, maybe the food was not that good, that's what I heard. So
When I moved, I felt free. When I came in California, I felt like I was finally in a city where I belong.
once I got here, I was a bit disappointed because coming from two places where there is, you know, where people are in the streets and there is more contact with humans, I thought it was like even the street looked like a highway. You know, no people on the curbs. Just everybody was in the car, and the curbs were empty, which was very strange coming from Italy and Israel, where a lot of people are on the curbs. No pizzerias in every block, so that was a bit difficult to get adjusted to the food. The bread, there was only supermarket bread, and that was difficult. Coffee, there was only American coffee back then. I'm talking about 30 years ago. So, but that was good because I stopped drinking coffee.
Because today they do have more restaurants and they're really good authentic Italian food. Maybe 20 years ago, not so much. But again, you know, I eat Italian food, but I also enjoy eating food from all different ethnicity countries. That's the thing that I didn't have in Italy. We were eating only Chinese or Italian food, and here I get to eat Mexican food, Japanese, Thai. I love it. I love the variety.
What's your favorite kind of food? Like from which country?
It's probably sushi.
You know, the people were friendly. I got a job almost immediately, so that was nice. And the people were friendly. Always, yeah, never had a problem. Wherever I applied, I got the job. So friendly people, and the opportunities. So it didn't seem like a place where it was where you had to struggle to, you know, to get a job, make a living. So seemed like, you know, you want to do something, you can do it.
Struggle was the language in the beginning. Remember my first job. I moved, and a month later I was already working, and I was like, I was having real difficulty in understanding client, and I'm so many faux pas, like it's not even funny. But it was like a struggle for like 4 to 6 months, and after that, not a problem.
I enrolled in an English class because I didn't speak much English, and so I was going to this English class in downtown. So from West LA, I was driving on the freeway to go to downtown. So that was also a little different. You know, I never really drove before. This was the first country where I had to drive, and there was no other way to get to downtown. So I had to drive, and I had to get a car, and it was far. It was a long drive. It wasn't a short drive.
High-end retail store.
Very good. Okay, so you work a lot with people.
Yes,
Do you like that?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yes,
What kind of people do you meet in your store?
like any kind from obviously we're in high-end retail, so we have a lot of wealthy customer. We have a lot of famous customer. Famous like can be in the movie industry or music industry, and yeah, I love being in contact with people.
Okay. Do you
And
get...
very international also. We have clients from all over the world.
Yeah, like where do your clients come from generally?
You know, the stores in Beverly Hills.
Mhm.
So Beverly Hills, it's visited by so many people from every part of the world. So we have a lot of Chinese, Russians, Australian, from every continent, African.
When I was working at USC, I met Bettina,
Mhm.
and we became very good friends. We're still friends today, so we've been friends for I guess almost 30 years. And together we decided to start a group of international group of friends. We called it the International Circle, and so it was two of us, and it became a big thing with several people interested, and going from meeting for one happy hour a month, it became to several activities a month. So we were very active in organizing things with this international group of friends. And the people were, I would say, mostly European, but there were maybe some Japanese, there were some African, but you know, I guess mostly European.
Now, like I said, as soon as I arrived and I started to see around, it's like LA is a melting pot. I felt very comfortable. I said, okay, I'm not alone. So if I have an accent, if I don't speak the language very well, I'm not the only one. So it will take a little bit, but I will learn. Yeah, and I know after almost 21, I still did not learn the English very well, but.
Well, you know, the Americans, so if they go to college together, they maintain those friendships with their college buddies, so they don't maybe have that much interest in meeting, you know, new people that come from other countries. Bettina was in a different situation because she really liked France. So she lived in France, worked for the French government here, and so she was seeking, you know, French people or people from other countries because she had an interest in meeting people from other countries. But most Americans, I guess, they have their college, you know, friends, and so maybe not many were interested in meeting international people, but the people that were here from other countries that obviously didn't have, they left their friends behind, so they were looking to make new friendships. So they were very interested in making new friendships, and so the international circle seemed to respond to the needs of all these people, particularly the ones working in all the foreign offices, consulates, trade commissions.
In Rome, I felt like always there was a little bit different because of the last name, or where your family's from, what's your origin. I didn't feel like really accepted by everybody. There was always, I felt always there was something that they didn't want to say, or very strange comment. So when I came here and I see everybody from a different world, everybody had an accent. Everybody didn't know how to speak the language very well. I felt home.
So really, it's very difficult to actually meet Americans, and so I was very, you know, surprised that my husband is American and from Los Angeles, because I hardly met Americans. And when I met him at a French party. So what was he doing there? I have no idea. He didn't belong there, but so.
My family, my mother was born in Minnesota, my father was born in New York.
You know, it's easy to blend in Los Angeles because so many people are from so many different countries, so it's not something unique.
Felt free. It's just I was looking around and I see all this people from all different parts of the world. So I didn't feel like different anymore.
America became my permanent home when I got my green card. The first time I went back, 6 months after I had left, it felt really strange because it felt like so much had changed. I was only gone 6 months, and when I came back, I felt that so much had changed, meaning that my life was not there anymore because my sister was doing this and I didn't know about, and my brother was doing that and I didn't know about, and something happened, whatever. My room was not exactly the same because my sister had taken it over, and so I felt so much had changed. And now that it's that I've been gone 34 years, when I go, I feel so much is the same.
Well, it was difficult in the beginning, and then after so many years, I've been living here for almost 21 years. So then you get used to it.
Okay. When you go home to visit, when you go back to Rome, do you feel that you fit into your family like as if you haven't left, or is it difficult to?
No. Yeah, no, like I never left.
Yeah. Have you tried to convince your brothers or Nonna to move out here?
I would love for them to move, but it's not an easy move for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a dream to be all reunited together here in America.
Yeah.
People always seem to be fairly open on a social level. They ask me immediately where I'm from, and I usually say from Los Angeles, but then they ask again, no, but where are you really from? Because of my accent. And so when I say I'm from Italy, they immediately seem interested, or they start talking about their trips to Italy, or how much they want to go to Italy, or so. No, I say, if people in Los Angeles ask me where I'm from, I don't say I'm from Los Angeles. I say I'm from Italy, but I do live here, so they don't confuse me for a tourist. But if I'm outside of the United States, if I'm in Mexico, for example, and they ask me where are you from, then I'm from America because that's where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't believe it.
Do you ever think about moving back to Italy?
No.
That has never crossed your mind?
Never.
I thought of it, but I decided to stay. I just did not want to live in Italy.
No. Everything that I want, I have it here. And so it's just, right now, Italy is there for me to visit.
I don't see myself as, Italian is where I grew up, but it's not where I live and work. So, and where I grow my family, where I have my family. My family is here now. So I see myself as being American from Los Angeles because that's where my life is. Italy is in the past, a place where I grew up, where my, mother and brothers, uncles and cousins live, but it's not where my life is.
Left Italy, I fell in love with the city, and I just forgot or left a little behind, but yeah, I'm not
Okay.
involved much.
Very cool. You don't wish to be more involved?
No.
You're very happy being American?
I actually wish to be involved more into the American.
Do you identify as American?
maybe not completely yet, because you know, when I hear myself, I hear like an accent, I hear not speaking fluently, so I cannot identify it, but I'm very comfortable with around the environment that I am with at work and people.
It was so important that the reason why I got involved with Fondazione Italia was primarily so that there would be a place where you and Emma could learn Italian. Because I knew I couldn't teach you Italian at home, because we didn't speak Italian at home. And so I thought, if there is a class that I can take you to, then you can see that there are other kids that are learning it, then this is the only way that I could make you learn Italian. So I got involved with the organization in order to start Italian classes for kids, and I ran Italian classes for kids on Saturday mornings, so so that you and Emma could have a place to learn Italian. And so it was very important, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't so important for you. I mean, yes, I wanted you to learn Italian because I thought that if you learn Italian, you can know more me, because it's a different identity, because with the language comes the culture. You don't learn a language without the culture. And so by learning Italian, you could relate to the culture too, and also so that you could communicate with my mother and my family in Italy, and I wanted you to have a strong relationship with the family in Italy.
Well, my mom has definitely had a lot to do with who I am today. She's always emphasized traveling and made sure that I learned the language, the Italian language, and she's always placed in me good Italian family values, such as always putting your family first, and like, I know how to make pasta, kinda. I feel American. I was born in America. I've lived here all my life. My mom's from Italy, but I don't feel like I should identify as an Italian American. I feel like my mom should.
The beaches are beautiful, the landscape is beautiful, and I like the people, and I have a lot of I hang out with Italians all the time here, so I speak Italian every day. I speak Italian or write in Italian, so I probably use Italian more than I use English.
I think, from my experience, most people in other parts of the world would like to come here, and once they come here, they stay.
I remember last time we went, the United States had just been, I don't know by who, but downgraded from like a triple gold star status to a double silver star and a quarter of a silver star status or something like that. I don't know. Someone does a rating. And like, my uncle was like telling it to my dad and like smiling and nodding, trying to see how he'd respond, and my dad was like, still a pretty good rating.
I think America is very welcoming, a very natural place for people from different cultures.
Any last things to add?
And just let's go and have some spaghetti. Yes, sauce.